In the northeastern Sierra of Puebla, the town of Tzinacapan celebrates St. Michael the Archangel with the vibrant Danza de los Migueles. This traditional dance, held every September 29th, reenacts the epic battle between good and evil, symbolizing St. Michael's triumph over Lucifer. Some of our most dedicated dancers travel to Puebla, immersing themselves in its rich culture and dance traditions. They return to stage a breathtaking suite, sharing Puebla's vibrant heritage with our community.
Yeah, so being able to observe the tradition in person was very impactful for me as a person and as a dancer, just because I was able to see how authentic it is. And I learned from Maestro Vidal, who was kind enough to teach us the dance, the steps, and the history behind the danza. It's different to dance for an audience, and it's different to dance for yourself. So I think the concept of authenticity is very important.
Yeah, it was a complicated process, and I think it was really interesting. This is the first time in this generation of dancers of the company that we've had dancers actually staging pieces and teaching classes and things. So that was a whole different experience for a lot of us that were helping with that staging aspect. And I think just having to think about a lot of the details of the piece as we were putting it together gives you a different kind of appreciation, as opposed to just learning it and having a maestro tell you this is what needs to be done. You need to find new ways to explain things to make sure that everybody understands it. And we also needed to make a lot of decisions about costuming, any changes in the choreography that we needed to make to kind of adjust it for our group.
Listen, it's opened up a brand new perspective for me, that this being a first time experiencing going to a pueblito and learning from the foundation. And I think it's grounded me a lot more in what we do, the art form of folklórico.
Hidalgo is known for its rich cultural heritage, especially its vibrant dance traditions. The huapango stands out as a key musical form, embodying the region's identity. Huapango, derived from the Nahuatl word cuaupanco, meaning on the platform, blends 19th century Spanish fandango with traditional son huasteco. Its melodies and lyrics evoke joy and nostalgia, capturing the spirit of Hidalgo's mountain communities.
So working with Maestro Alfredo Luna was something different. He's a lot more strict, a lot more precise on his things. He knows a lot, and he really pushes the company to grow, and it really helped a lot of dancers develop, like myself. I really got inspired by the way he just taught, and it's really helped me grow as a dancer.
It's easy to see that the steps are really unique and just special, and they fit so well with the music and the song and the meaning behind the song.
We're always so used to working with our skirts that we often forget other accessories that we carry within our costume, and it's nice to open your mind to something different other than just a skirt and learn how to use a rebozo in different ways.
It's really fun to dance like that, because whenever you're in your own solo, I feel as if like that's your time to shine and show how much you enjoy actually dancing the song. I feel like it's a really good addition to the whole suite, and it definitely brings it up, and it's gonna be really entertaining for the audience to watch.
When I think of Hidalgo, I think of partners. So you're with your partner. Yeah, you're with your whole group, but I love the partners and their heads just connect. I love the connection in the Hidalgo. It's fantastic.
The Carnival Zoque Coiteco in Ocozocuautla is an annual celebration of the Zoque culture. It features vibrant music, dance, and performances that honor local myths and history. Participants wear elaborate handcrafted costumes inspired by folklore and nature, as traditional marimbas fill the air with lively rhythms. The event brings together locals and visitors through parades, food stalls, and religious ceremonies, culminating in a grand celebration of identity, unity, and cultural pride.
Everything that you'll see in this show is representative of what we saw there at the Carnaval. It took place during a series of days, We had kids throwing talco at us. We were invited inside houses, welcomed with food. Regardless of the fact that we were not from there, they still welcomed us with open arms. We got to go to the Coahuinas, and it was a really amazing experience overall. It's definitely an energy that you don't know what it is until you're actually there in person.
It was probably my top experience working with costumes because there was so much to pull from, and it was actually pretty hard to bring together everything that we saw because there was so much variety, and the inspiration was overwhelming, to be honest.
The dances from Chiapas don't really get the respect that they deserve. People see how simple the steps are and they see how simple the choreographies are, and they think that they're mostly dances for kids, and that's why you see a lot of elementary schools doing dances from Chiapas. But he hopes that one day he can kind of show people the beauty in the dances and make them realize that it's just as beautiful as any other region that people dance. So as we were staging it, we wanted to really put a lot of effort into making it look really awesome on the stage to kind of help in that same vision that Maestro Luis was hoping for. So yeah, we did put a lot of effort into kind of figuring out how to make things look a lot more interesting on stage. The steps are very simple, that is very true. But something that stuck with me that Maestro Luis told us, he said, "Los bailes de Chiapas son sencillos como su gente." And I thought that was a really beautiful way to look at it, that he was kind of saying we don't really need to have really complicated footwork or elaborated like sequences and things, because the dances are really beautiful just the way that they are. And as Delia was mentioning, the costuming is just so amazing that you really don't need to do that much for it to look really amazing on stage.
Of course, nothing will ever replicate what we saw, but I think it's pretty close to what we can give the max of what we can offer to the community, and it's going to be a really beautiful piece.
I think the final piece and the cherry on top is going to be the energy that we bring into the piece that brings the costumes, the steps, and the marimba together.
We also want to thank Maestro Martin, who's from Ocosocuautla, and took a lot of time in the middle of this really busy time for him in the Carnaval Coiteco to teach some classes to us and some other people who were visiting as well. He was actually also the one that was hosting one of the Coahuinas that we went to, so it was an even more busy year for him than normal, but he still took a lot of time to teach us the dances, and being able to learn the dances from somebody that's from the town is so incredible.
The Calabasiado dance is a lively expression of Baja California's cowboy culture, celebrated through vibrant festivities like jaripeos and communal dances. It evolved with norteño huapango music, full of energetic movements that mirror the cowboys' bond with nature. Today, Calabasiado dance stands as a quintessential symbol of Baja California's cultural heritage.
Since 2016, I've been visiting La Misión Baja California to see with my own eyes the celebration of Los Calabasiados in La Misión. Maestro Juan Gil Martínez Tadeo has been very supportive.
At first, learning it, I would think it's just a regular street, but once we do choreography, you get the sense on how their life is and how you're supposed to feel, and it's supposed to make everyone else happy. And it makes us happy too, dancing it.
So we premiered this back in May of this year for Folklórico. I think many of you may have been there. It's super energetic, and it was an outdoor performance, and we're doing it again. So we want to do it bigger and better and stronger, and we're really excited to do that for this show.
For rehearsing inside the studio was always like an enclosed space, so while you feel a connection, it's not that big of a connection, but in Folklórico, it really felt like we were all together, and we were all dancing not individually but as a whole.
I'm hoping to build a connection with Baja California. Even though we're not there, we can still experience it, even if it's just in our imagination.
This suite honors Maestro Jaime Guerrero Hernandez, a key figure in Mexican folk dance. We celebrate his legacy through Nuevo León Centro's repertoire, featuring beloved pieces like the Huapango El Potrillo. We dedicate this work to him, honoring his lasting impact on our lives and the dance community. May he find eternal rest and continue to inspire.
So this Nuevo León cuadro, we've had the pleasure of performing it many times. And we've also had the great honor of having Maestro Jaime come in and work with us on this specific cuadro. And because we know it's an audience favorite, we are more than happy to bring it to the audience and be on stage one more time and show them a great work that Maestro Jaime has brought to us.
We did. We auditioned Nuevo León, the Cuadro Nuevo León in 2018 at the San Francisco Ethnic Dance Festival. And it was very special as well because when we auditioned it and then we made it, Maestro Jaime was there with us. So he was in the crowd and he was looking at everything that we were doing. And it was just special to me and to my fellow dancers as well, to have Maestro Jaime in the audience looking at his work.
We were able to see Maestro Jaime's group live, and it was very inspirational to see all of his dancers from different generations get together and do a show and to celebrate his life.
You could tell that he had knowledge of so many things, and yet he never made you feel any less.
We talked about it. We talked about how we were going to celebrate his life and his work. And they voted and they decided that it was a good opportunity to celebrate somebody that we love and appreciate so much.
Originally choreographed by Rafael Zamarripa Castañeda, these traditional dances from Zacatecas highlight the region's vibrant cultural heritage, shaped by its mining history and rich traditions. The dances blend French quadrilles with lively sones and habaneras, showcasing energetic foot-stomping movements that reflect the joy of the Zacatecan people.
Los Zacatecanos was created by Maestro Rafael Zamarripa Castañeda for Universidad de Colima, and at one point Maestro Zamarripa, that had a good friendship with the Lupeños de San Jose, came and did the work with them and staged the piece.
Like I said, it's very different from what I'm used to, but I think it's that difference and also that little touch of elegance that the suite has that makes it very enjoyable to learn and that I'm very excited to perform.
I've never done Zacatecas before, and it's my first time within a suite to do that transition from like a very strong entrance where there's not a lot of like expression necessarily or that laughter that I'm used to within folklórico, and it goes from that to then like the smiles, like cuadrillas, and then back to again
I think that the same elegance is maintained throughout the entire thing. Even while we're celebrating, I think that sort of community within like the performance between the choreography sort of connects us and makes it a whole lot more enjoyable.
Being able to wear that costume, share this with all my kind of fellow dancers, it really adds and brings out that uniqueness to the suite, and just being able to kind of feel connected to everyone while wearing that and being able to like feel that sense of, you know, elegance, as you mentioned. It's just really unique and special, and it really kind of ties everyone together into the suite, and it just creates such a wonderful like experience.
El Son Aribeño from Sichu, Guanajuato, captivates with energetic rhythms and poetic lyrics, celebrating local history. The New Year's Eve Topadas feature all-night lyrical duels under the stars, highlighting the musician's improvisational flair. This festive competition brings people together, fostering camaraderie and friendly rivalry. It strengthens our community's cultural identity and connects generations through cherished traditions.
Los sones arribeños de Hichu are very special to me because I was born in Guanajuato and Hichu is part of my state. So putting together this piece was very, very special for me. I connect with the music and really, really the whole representation of this festivity that It happens at the end of the year in Quichu, Guanajuato. It really makes me feel it.
I remember during it, I was really excited because we also had the option to choose other regions, but that one really caught my attention a lot because knowing that I've never danced Guanajuato, so it was just really interesting just to learn and to know that there's parts that you could try really hard to get into, like certain like solo parts. I would always really try to get it because I really wanted it to show up.
I think that it's something very different than we had done before, like as a region obviously, but the type of music and the type of dance.
I feel like the music is like really unique. Personally, like I like that sound, so it really like caught my attention. Personally, I really like the region.
This folklórico dance suite, inspired by Sunday evenings in Jalisco, captures the vibrant spirit of community and tradition. It features legacy pieces performed by Los Lupeños de San Jose over the past 50 years. The choreography blends traditional steps with contemporary flair, celebrating the beauty of Mexican folk dance. Each segment transitions seamlessly, commemorating 55 years of artistic expression and commitment.
Jalisco, this music, the mariachi, and those dresses, wonderful dresses, are one of the most emblematic pieces on Mexican folklórico. So this year we decided to stage a piece that actually touched back with the past, with what Lupeños has been doing so well for the last 55 years.
Yeah, it's touching on the legacy of Lupeños after all these years and making sure that we almost pay tribute to that in a sense, the pride and the emotions all behind that, while also introducing it to a new generation of dancers. And that's a beautiful thing, to make sure we go full circle, to make sure that we represent this company to the best that we can, especially with a suite like Jalisco. Coming in as the assistant artistic director and knowing all these dances, when I came into this company 20 years ago, these are the first dances I learned. So it's very emotional for me, but it's very exciting to see a new generation of dancers take it on and put their own energy into it, and for them to own it, and for them to feel it. And that's a beautiful thing, ultimately, to know it by heart. Back of my hand, I know these dances, but then to see new life put into it with the new energy we have in the current company.
De nuestro corazón, para los Lupeños de San José de siempre. Para siempre, los Lupeños de San José.